Welcome to another video from Tech ICTian. It is about Windows Forms with VB.NET. This video demonstrates how to perform arithmetical operators with Windows Forms. These are the form controls and their properties used with the demonstration. Okay, let's open Visual Studio 2019. You may open any other Visual Studio package which can be used to create Windows Forms and performs Visual Basic operations. First, in the View menu, select Toolbox. Drag and drop tools to the Windows form. You may use the shortcut Ctrl-Alt-X to open the toolbox. Then you may search the relevant tool, then double click on it or just drag and drop on the window. Then rearrange form elements so that it forms the expected Windows form. The expected Windows form is displayed on the right. So it is easy to create the Windows form by watching the video by yourself. I am here using a group box to group the buttons to perform the arithmetic operations. Just right click on a form control to get the property window, selecting the property from the right click menu on the form element. First, I am setting the text property of each form element. Then it is very easy to assign a name after assigning the text property of each control. Then rearrange all labels, text boxes, buttons and all these things on the form. The text boxes which are used to display results have been made enabled false. The text of each button is the sign of the operator. All these are Visual Basic operators. Those are arithmetic operators used in Visual Basic. You may use the Format menu to rearrange the form element. You can make same align, then set vertical or horizontal spaces in between elements. using the format menu. This is the text of the form mathematical operators. Just now it is time to assign the name property of each control to be used with the Visual Basic codes. Just align the each control. Now let's set the name property. It is very important to assign meaningful names to each form controls. Here the first text box is txt first operand. The next text box is used to display the operator which is clicked by the user. Name of the text box is txt operator. Then the text box which is used to input the second operand is txt second operand. Here I am trying to explain binary operations with Visual Basic arithmetic operators. The arithmetic operators are performing calculations on two operands. Then finally the result is displayed in the txt result text box. Each button is named according to their operation. btn add for addition, btn sub for subtraction operation, btn mul for multiplication operation, btn int for integer division operation, btn ext for exponentiation, btn div for the division operation, and btn mod for the modulus operation. After entering first operand and second operand, the button is expected to be clicked by the user to perform the relevant operation. When the user clicks on the plus button, the addition should be displayed in the result text box. So then I added another two buttons to create the form elements text boxes so that it can be used to perform another calculation. Also the exit button to exit the form. The name of two buttons are btn clear and btn exit respectively. But here I am inserting a group box to group the text boxes and labels which are used to input and output. But this is not the way. It is better to add the group box first and then add the tools on it. But here the group box is used just for make them clearer to the user, not for any programming event. Now the form is almost completed. Now the start position of the form is center when it is running. Now let's start coding. I just double click on the empty area of the form. Then I have got the form load event. But before the form load event, under the class area, I declare global variables for first operand, second operand, also the result as double. And I can use inside any sub those variables. I just double click on the btn add button. I'm going to perform the addition operation when I click on the btn add button. The inputs coming to two text boxes, txt first operand and second operand, have been assigned to FOPE and SOPE, first operand and second operand variables. Then perform the addition operation, then display the result on the txt result text box. This is how it happens. Also the operator used with the operation also should be displayed in the small text box. So I am making the text align center of the txt operand. Next, the subtraction operator. You may just click on the btn sub button, then copy the stuff inside the btn add, then make some changes. You may change the operator, also name of the button, then it's done. Same way you can insert the codes at the click event of each button, but here you may find the input statements. Here the 5th and 6th line, the input statement has to be repeated at each sub. Then I can cut them off and insert into a sub. Then I can call the sub to perform the input operation. This is the integer division operation, but there is an exception. When the second operand is 0, the program will be crashed. Then I have to handle that. When there is a division operation, the divider should not be the 0. This is how it is handled. So I am changing the layout this way, and this is the finally expected form in the practical. Also, you can add some properties, colors, font sizes, font to the form element. The core of the video is to demonstrate how to perform arithmetical operations with Visual Basic using Windows Forms. Now it is almost completed, but I forgot to insert quotes under the multiplication. Now it's okay. Here the form load event is not required. I just remove it. And this is the expected result from the form. You can see the performance of the arithmetical operations. Thank you for watching the video, and if you have learned something, please don't forget to subscribe and share the video.